Hello everybody, welcome back to ERD Stitches YouTube channel. I welcome you, my new and existing subscribers. Thank you for always being there and thank you for stopping by. So today we are going to learn how to cut and sew this beautiful tote bag you are seeing here. I'm going to show you how to achieve it. But before I continue, I want to announce to you that I have online classes going on both on school bag and lunch bags, which is very affordable. So if you're interested and you want to register on my online classes, what you need to do is to WhatsApp me on this number you are seeing display on this screen. So without taking your time, let's get started to the business of the day, which is the cutting and sewing of this tote bag you are seeing here. Let's go to the cutting table. So this is the body, the measurement is written on it. So get your notebook, write down the measurement of all the leathers or all the materials I'm using for this. So this is the lining, 2 pieces. The body is 2 pieces, lining 2 pieces, and this is the handle, 2 pieces also. So this is the zipper strap. I have 2 pieces of leather here and 2 pieces of lining. So I'm going to keep it aside. And this is for the inner pocket. I have it 1 piece. And this is the starting of the sewing. So the first thing I'm doing, I'm going to sew my zipper strap. I'm going to put the lining right side facing the right side of the leather. I will sew it this way and this way. I will repeat same on this one and sew it. So after sewing it, I'll show you what I have. So this is it now. I'm done sewing it. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to trim off the excess at this edge to enable it to relax when I turn it to the right side. So I'm trimming off the excess. Now I'm going to turn it to the right side. Push it in very well. So after turning it to the right side, this is what I have. You press it down. You repeat same to the second one also. So I'm trying to push out this point. You push it out very well so that it will be very fine. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to repeat it on the second one also. So after pushing it out, you arrange the lining. Don't allow the lining to show on outside. So push the lining in very well. Arrange it again. I'm going to top stitch it this way. So this is what I have now after top stitching it round. So I'm going to keep this aside. We are going to work on the main body, which is this. So I'm going to box it. You can see I've already marked it here. What I used to box it is 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So I've also drawn it on this one. You can see it. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut it out. So I'm done cutting it. I'm repeating it on this one also. So now we are going to work on the handle. So I'm applying my gum on the handle. So if you have another way to do it, you can do it. But I like using this method. So now that our gum have dried, so I'm trying to fold it in. Please watch the way I'm folding it. If you look at this leather, I marked the middle. So I'm going to fold it to meet that middle. That means I divided my leather into 2. So now I'm folding it to meet that midpoint, that middle line. So you can see the way I'm folding it to meet the middle. So the 2 of it will meet each other. Now after folding it this way, so the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold it into 2 again. I'll fold it together and sew it. Fold it. If you have a clip, you can use your clip to hold it like I'm doing here now. You fold it with your clip. Hold it with your clip. Arrange it very well. Let it be equal. So this is it. Remember what I'm doing on this one, I will repeat it on the second one. So I'm going to sew it this way and also this way. Like I said earlier, I'm repeating it on this one also. So guys, after sewing it, this is what I have. This is our handle now. So I'm going to sew it to my main body. So this is the main body. The first thing that you're supposed to do here is to get the midpoint of this main body, which I have gotten already. I have gotten the midpoint already. So now I'm trying to mark where I want to put my handle. So what I'm taking from the midpoint, I'm taking 2.5 inches on both my right and my left from the midpoint. So I'm going to place the handle at that 2.5 inches point. You see the way I put it? You can see it. So I'm going to my machine now to sew it. I'm going to repeat it on this one also. So this is it now. I'm done sewing my handle. This is what I have. So I want to keep this aside. I want to work on the inner pocket. This is the inner pocket. What you are going to do is to fold it into 2 equal parts this way. So you stitch it till you have to mark a point where you will stop. Your stitching will stop because you are going to turn it. So in between there, you can leave like 3 inches in between here. Then I will sew to here to here, from here to here. Then after sewing it, this is what I have. But before I turn it, I want to trim off the excess at this point. Then I'm going to turn it to the right side. Now after turning it to the right side, you can iron it down for it to be relaxed. But if you don't have iron, you can fold in the excess the allowance like the way I did now. You can see the way I folded in the allowance. So now you use something to push out this point so that it will be relaxed. Now I'm trying to get the middle of this inner pocket, the midpoint. You are not going to notch it, just form a crease line on it. Get your lining also. Form a crease line on the lining also. Form a crease line to mark the inner as in the middle point, to mark the middle of this lining. Now after forming it, you can see the middle there now. So I'm going to measure from this up here. I'm going to take 2.5 inches. So this is where I will place my inner pocket and sew midpoint to midpoint. You see it, midpoint. So I'm going to first sew it at the middle here. When you are sewing, please don't forget to fold in the allowance at that down part. Fold it in. So I will take it to my machine and sew it here, and sew it this way, and this way. So this is our pocket. And after sewing our inner pocket, this is what we have. You can see how it is. So the next thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to get the second part of this my lining. I'm going to put it side by side because we are going to box it the way we boxed our main body. So I'm going to use the leather I cut out from the main body to box my lining, or you can as well mark it 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches and cut it out. So after cutting it out, this is our lining now. So I'm going to sew it this way and this way. You can see the way I touch. After sewing it, this is what I have. Now I'm going to bring it together, this middle point by middle point. That's the stitch line by stitch line. You put it together, and this way you can see it, stitch line by stitch line. That will sew it. I'm going to repeat same on this side, stitch line by stitch line. You can see it, stitch line by stitch line. So I'm going to sew it. So after sewing it, this is our lining now. So I'm going to keep it aside. We are going to work on the zipper. The measurement of the zipper and the zipper tab is here. So I've already fixed my zip head. Now I'm going to work on the zipper tab. You see the way I folded it? You fold it right side facing each other and sew it. So guys, this is what we have now. After sewing it, you can see it. I'm done sewing it. Now I'm going to open up the stitch line. You can see what I'm doing here. You can use something to press it down. I'm using a very strong leather, that's why I'm doing it like this. So I'm going to push in my zipper. So you make sure that the stitch where the stitch allowance is at the wrong side of the zip cloth. So I'm trying to arrange it well. Make sure you arrange it well, then you clip it down. I'm going to repeat same on the other side of the zip cloth also. I'm trying to open up this. Like I said, I'm using a very strong leather, that's why it's taking me time like this. So I insert my zip inside it, then I will also clip it down. Make sure the stitch allowance is on the wrong side of the zip cloth. So now I'm going to my machine to sew it here and also. So after sewing it, you have something like this. So you try to push it, as in turn it to the right side. The way I'm doing now, turn it to the right side. So I'm trying to push it out very well so that it will be well arranged there. So after turning it this way, so the next thing, I'm going to fold in here like 1/4 inch. I'm folding in 1/4 inch. So I'm going to arrange it very well now. I will take it to my sewing machine and sew it this way, and this way. So this what I did it on the two sides. Now is the time to get the middle of this our zip cloth. So you fold it into 2 equal half, mark the middle. So you can see me now trying to mark the middle of the zip cloth. Now after getting the middle of the zip cloth, we are going to get that our zipper strap that we have already worked on. We are also going to get the middle. You know that this zip cloth have the folded side and the pieces side. It's the folded side we are putting on very close to the zipper teeth. So we're going to sew it down. So I'm going to get the second one also. I'm trying to get the middle. So I'm going to mark the middle now. So I'll also put it middle to middle, the folded side. So I'm going to stitch it down. So after stitching it down, this is what I have. You can see it. So now I'm going to fold it over again to notch the middle. This is to enable us centralize it on the body before we sew. So I'm trying to mark the middle now. I'm trying to mark the middle here also. So now I'm going to get the main body. This is our main body. I'm going to put it middle to middle, midpoint to midpoint. So I'll clip it down. Bring the second one. I'm also going to put it midpoint to midpoint. So I will sew it here and here. So after sewing it, this is what I have. So now I'm going to arrange the main body, arrange a leather. You see the way I am arranging it, so that it will be equal both by the two sides and also by the base. So I'm trying to arrange it now, because this is now the time for us to sew the two main bodies together, like the way we did on our lining. So that's what I'm trying to do here. You push your zipper inside so that you will not be able to sew on the zip close. Now that I've arranged it, I'm going to sew it here. I will sew it here. I will also sew it here. So after sewing it, this is what I have. Now I'm going to bring it together like the way we did on our lining. Stitch line to stitch line, stitch line to stitch line. I'll clip it. See it, I will sew it. So I'm going to do the same on this part also. Stitch line to stitch line. Make sure you match it together. Then I will sew it. See it, I will sew it here. So after sewing it, this is what I have. This is our main body. So now I'm going to get the lining that we have already prepared, but before I get the lining, I want to turn it to the right side. Turn our leather to the right side. This is it. This is the main body now. This is what it looks like. You can see it. So make sure you push it out very well so that the base will be relaxed. Push it out very well for the base to be relaxed. So now if you want to put a long strap on it, you want to add long strap, you can get a D-ring and sew it the way I'm demonstrating here for you. I'm not going to put long strap on this. It's not going to carry a long strap, but I'm doing this in case you want to put a long strap to your own. You put your D-ring on one side this way. When you turn to this side, you put it on the other side of the leather the way I put it now. Then you clip it down. After clipping it down, so the next thing we are going to do is now we get our lining. We get our lining and put it. Remember, we did not turn the lining to the right side. It's only the leather we turn to the right side. So we're going to stuck the leather inside the lining, or to put the leather inside the lining. So when you put it, you match it, the stitch line to stitch line, stitch line to stitch line. So you arrange it very well, stitch line to stitch line. You can see what I'm doing. Stitch line to stitch line together with that D-ring strap that is there. That is if you are putting long strap. But if you are not putting long strap, there's no need to put that D-ring strap. So you match it, stitch line to stitch line, stitch line to stitch line. So now you take it to your machine. As you sew, you arrange. As you sew, you arrange. As you sew, you arrange. So arrange it very well and we'll do what? And sew it round. So me, I'm not putting the D-ring, so I'm going to remove it. So I'm done sewing it. If you watch this part, I did not close it up because this is where I'm going to turn it from. So now is the time to turn our leather to the right side. So we put hand from this opening and turn it to the right side. So after turning it to the right side, we have something like this. Just arrange there very well. Push in the seam allowance inside. Arrange your lining very well. The way I'm doing, you can see the way I'm doing. Then you top stitch it round. When you get to this part that you did not stitch, you push in both the allowance of your lining and the allowance of your leather. You see what I'm doing? Push it in very well. Arrange it very well so that it will align with the other ones. So you continue your top stitching. So guys, after top stitching, this is our bag. This is what we have now. This is our tote bag. If you have watched to this extent and you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so. And if you are stopping by for the first time, you are highly welcome. Please don't leave without subscribing. Also, don't leave without liking my videos, sharing my videos. And if you have any requested video or you have anything for comments, please drop it in the comment box. I will always respond to it anytime I come online. Once again, I want to say thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for sharing my videos. Thank you all for liking my videos. Thank you all for commenting on my videos. May God Almighty reward you all. So you can give this a trial. It's very, very super easy to make. Give it a trial and you will like the result. God bless you. See you in the next video.